Hello and welcome back to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. As you can see, it's back to school time, because we've got a desk.
Okay, so it's been a busy week. Should we jump straight into it?
Indeed, yes.
Let's start off with some trad. UK climber Pete Whittaker continues his love affair with Norwegian rock and crack by making the first free ascent of the second pitch of Eigerdosis on the Profile Vegan profile wall at Jossingfjord in Norway. The previous A climb is now a trad crack that checks in at 8C. In an interview with Planet Mountain, Pete says of the route, "It's a series of boulder problems broken up by varying qualities of rests." Pete has previously climbed Recovery Drink, an 8C route first climbed by Belgian climber Nico Favres in 2013, and is said to be one of the hardest crack climbs in the world. That route is also an 8C. Nice job, Pete. Another amazing route on that Profligeren roll, however you say it, wall.
Wall, Norwegian wall. We've got actually some more Norway news, but speaking about Belgian climbers, two Belgian climbers have made an impressive ascent in Picos de Europa. On the 19th of August, Berthe and Siebe Vanhee make the first three-day ascent of the challenging multi-pitch Rayu, a 600-meter route on the south face of Pena Santa, located in Picos de Europa. The route was established in 2020 by Iker and Eneko Pou and Kiko Cerda, and it's known for its difficulties, with the crux pitch graded 8C. Despite a potentially unfavorable weather forecast, they tackled the route with determination and embarked on a 2-hour approach, spending the previous night in a cave, watching and studying the beta from the Real Rock movie featuring the climb. The ascent began early, and they successfully free-climbed the initial 7 pitches, which don't exceed 7B in difficulty, but have some scary runouts, few bolts, and big falls. As they reached the crux of the route, a hard decision had to be made about who would attempt the crux pitch first. Both climbers recognized the potential for a flash attempt, but acknowledged the lack of chalk and information might lead to failure on the first go. Siebe opted to lead the way, but unfortunately fell at the third and final crux. Siebe's efforts didn't go to waste, since he ticked and gave the perfect beta to Seb. Berthe was then able to flash the pitch, making it a flash team effort, and Siebe sent it on the second go. That's a pretty cool ascent.
Indeed.
That they were able to do it in just a day. Regarding the difficulty of the crux pitch, both Seb and Siebe did offer their insights and kind of broke down the pitch in itself to what grade it should be, and they said it felt a bit easy for an 8C, so they settled on an AB+, which still flashing for Seb an 8C, 8B+, and then doing it for Siebe second go. It's pretty impressive on a big wall.
Yeah, and these are two guys that are off the back of doing the Dawn Wall last year.
Probably everything feels easy after that.
Yeah, exactly. The hardest multi-pitch in the world. Moving from that, we are now going over to the Rocklands. Austrian climber Alma Besthaver, who you may remember from the competition circuit and finishing in the top 10 in 2018, has recently made some notable ascents whilst on a trip to Rocklands, South Africa. Notable not only as she managed 7 routes of 8A and harder, but also notable because Alma is on the way back from 2 shoulder operations that she underwent in 2022. According to 8A.nu, amongst her climbs, she managed ascents of T with El Marie, 8A+, and Fragile Steps, 8A+. So Alma was a bit of a hit on the scene, the competition scene about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
She kind of disappeared a little bit. We haven't heard from her for a while, so it's good to see that she's out and about, racking up some notable ascents in Rocklands.
Plus after 2 shoulder surgeries, that's intense shoulder work.
Exactly.
We're moving on to some exotic 9A roundup news. Stefano Ghisolfi and Alex Megos are both climbing up in the Norwegian fjords. It's no secret that Stefano has been projecting silence, which comes with a lot of ups and downs. But this week he managed to sneak in a ascent of a side project, Kangaroo's Limb, a 9A+ in the Flatanger Cave, which has only been climbed by Adam Ondra and Jakob Schubert. Alex Megos preferred to climb in Hell. Yep, that's the name of the crag, which according to thecrag.com, it's the next best thing after Flatanger. He climbed a 9A called Hello, which Adam Ondra made the first ascent in 2017. Down under, Tasmanian rock climber Ryan Shelenica just made the first ascent of Australia's hardest sport climb. He climbed Hartkasse, which he graded 9A+, or 36 in Australian grades, at a crag called Norway, located roughly 2 hours away from Sydney.
That's an impressive climb
Yes.
down under. It's what's even more impressive is your Australian accent.
Fernanda, my dad would consider himself a bit Australian.
Who would?
My dad, but
really?
he isn't. No, he
You've been watching a bit of Neighbours as well.
That used to be an interesting TV show that everybody watched. That yes, I don't know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That and Home and Away. Speaking about Home and Away, there has been a Spanish climber getting busy in the Frankenjura. Spanish climber Ainhize Belar has managed an ascent of Wall Street, the classic 1997 Wolfgang Gulich 8C route. According to 8A.nu, in this trip she managed 9 climbs, 8A and harder. She's 17 years old and already has a 9A to her name, one to watch out for.
As reported on 8A.nu and planetmountain.com, Laura Rogora, while on an Edelrid team retreat, on-sighted Los Lunis, an 8B+ in Rumenes, and Ajo Crudo, an 8C at the crag of Cicera in Spain. The 8C on-site kind of happened by chance. Since there were no quick draws on the wall, she was just going to check out the moves. Soon, she realized it was possible to on-site, since the route suited her climbing style really well. The line is on a slightly overhanging wall, on small edges, and has partial rests between the boulders. With this ascent, she's the third woman to climb an 8C on-site, after Janja Grambert and Cheyenne So. That 8C route is getting a lot of action, since last week, Berthe also actually managed to on-site it.
Right.
Quite an on-siteable route.
There you go. Indeed, nice. Moving from on-siteable on 8Cs to very tricky 9Bs. It's the 9B counter. Do we have any 9Bs?
I mean, there are no 9Bs, so we don't need to talk about the counter.
Okay, let's move on. Right, next up we're going to talk about shop stuff. And you've got a little thing that you went to get the shop stuff from, haven't you, Teresa Corti?
I've got a pipe dream.
Are you talking metaphorically or are you talking literally?
Literally!
Literally.
We're all climbers, you know, the pipe dreams don't end.
No, true.
But it's the, I guess, famous backpack from Black Diamond, which doubles up as a crash pad. It's really cool, but we got this from the warehouse just to show you that this week ePicks are up to 30% off. So you can get this backpack here in France for 91 euros.
Don't ever say that we don't give you deals.
Exactly.
We give you deals.
And this is a really nice backpack. And Adam Andre used to use it all the time. So, you know, if you're an Andre fan and you believe in the power of wearing and using all the same gear of your favorite athletes, which is not proven, but, you know, it makes you feel good. If you want to get something that makes you feel good.
That is what a large part of most brands' marketing is based on.
Ah, really?
Well,
it's almost like we help them out.
So we are moving on from that to content this week.
Well, we've got
give us a little insight into what's going on in Climbing Daily this week.
So we've got a little clip from the Arc'teryx Academy, and it's the last episode from the Chamonix Alpine Academy. This weekend there was the Climb Academy in Canada, but our editor, who's editing away, the Lakeland video as well. Those are all coming up, but here's a teaser from a day on the Papillon Arête. Such a cool pitch. Like the rock was like so wavy and juggy at the same time. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Yes. I was so scared there.
Yeah. You know what? You really had to fall over.
Yeah, you just fell and then grabbed it.
Okay, so that is not the only content to be excited about this week. This weekend we are live streaming the European Lead and Speed Cup at level 24 in Bologna. This is going out on Saturday and Sunday. You can catch the Speed on Saturday and you can catch the Lead on Sunday. Lots of big names are going to be climbing. The one and only Matthew Groom is going to be commentating. So check it out on the main EpicTV channel this weekend. So very exciting content coming out this week.
Indeed.
Let's check out the comment of the week. Teresa, before the show, said that she would sing it in a staccato style, Romanesque.
I honestly don't know what that means.
Very high, like this. Comment of the week.
Thanks for that.
No worries.
I don't have one.
I've got one.
Because in here the Wi-Fi actually doesn't reach.
You guys, there's no Wi-Fi.
We didn't have a new show last week because I was on holiday, but you did a few new shorts.
But did you have fun on holiday?
I had a great time on holiday.
That's the most important thing.
Thanks very much. I want to draw attention, and I think I did draw attention to it in the show, but there were a couple of comments about Jane Kim. Jane's Kim run was incredible, says Elliot Kazanabet811. And Mr. Jarastorm says, can we talk about Jane Kim essentially being the third best lead boulder in the BNL finals, most of the comp only behind I and Yanya. Surely she must be at the Olympics, and if this continues and she improves in boulder.
I think we'll see her at the Olympics. I mean, this is not a far out guess.
And how good is that going to be? Considering she was winning tournaments back in 2011s, 2012s, maybe even before, in fact.
I think there's like a 10-year gap between her and Yanya as well. Yeah.
Incredible. It would be great to see her back, and she might not necessarily be at the I and Yanya level just yet, but who knows? If she carries on the trajectory that she's going by the Olympics next year, maybe she'll be challenging for the gold medal. And
also all the comp experience. Plus, for all the new people that are interested in sport climbing and in comp sport climbing, she's a great example of perfect climbing technique in lead.
Yeah, there's a very famous video on YouTube which has got millions of views, and it's just
for a good
Jane
reason.
Kim shows perfect technique climbing. She's got an amazing technique. That is it. You haven't got a comment of the week.
No,
what
look,
happened?
it's not loading. Oh wait, now.
It's not as if you had all morning to look at it.
It didn't load.
That's a shame, Teresa. All right. Anyway.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. Bye bye.